Today, we're taking a look at the Toronto Maple Leafs. They haven't had a lot of first-rounders lately, but in the 2010s, they really didn't use the ones that they had very well. Here are the top 5 worst draft picks from the Leafs in the 2010s.
Number 5.
At number 5, we have Jeremy Bracco, selected 61st overall in 2015. The Leafs didn't have a GM at this point, so I guess we'll just have to blame Kyle Dubas and Dale Hunter. What's interesting here is that Bracco kept producing points after he left the OHL. He was a successful AHL player, scoring 79 points in 2018 to 2019. He realistically could have had an NHL career, but he was drafted by Toronto. Jeremy now plays for Boris Nur-Sultan in the KHL.
Number 4.
At number 4, we have Matt Finn, who was selected 35th overall in 2012. This is our first of many Brian Burke's draft busts. Finn was impressive in the OHL, but that success didn't cross over to pro hockey. He bounced between the AHL and the ECHL his entire career. Leafs took a lot of L's in the early 2010s.
Number 3.
At number 3, we have Brad Ross. Brad was the Leafs' 43rd pick in the 2010 entry draft, selected by Brian Burke. Ross never sniffed the NHL. He played for the Portland Winterhawks in the WHL, racking up 245 points and 656 penalty minutes in 270 games. Things were looking up for Ross, but it was all downhill from there. He yo-yoed between the AHL and the coast and now plays in Germany 3.
Number 2.
At number 2, coming in hot, we have Stuart Percy, who was selected 25th overall in 2011. This was one of Burke's worst picks. Percy wasn't bad. He was AHL ready, but nothing else ever came. Percy never developed and only ever saw 12 NHL games. He was very serviceable as an AHL defender, and he had already peaked when the Leafs drafted him. But we aren't done with 2011.
Number 1.
At number 1, we have Tyler Biggs, who had big potential but never lived up to the hype. Selected 22nd overall in 2011, Biggs never saw the NHL, let alone a successful season. He was selected by, you guessed it, Brian Burke. He fit the draft MO for the Burke regime, selecting hard-hitting players with some offensive upside. The issue is that power forwards are a risky draft pick. Once a player like Biggs jumps to the pros, they can't always adjust to the size and speed. 2011, that was a bad year. Make sure to subscribe to Outside the League for hockey content you can't get anywhere else.